Have you ever dealt with any stressful situations in your lifetime? So maybe it'd be good if you do have work experience, maybe in a care home or a hospital, because these questions you could link to your past. So have you ever dealt with a stressful situation? Yes, I have. Blah blah blah. I dealt with it this way. It was stressful because. Can you see what I mean? So if you do have work experience, it's always very important, because in them aspects you can link on to different things. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Be honest, be optimistic. I said, well, I have thought about myself in 5 years. For the 3 years, I want to just get into university, learn about the profession, learn about where I want to go. I see myself in 5 years' time progressing on in the profession, learning more things, dealing with things differently, learning from my mistakes, because that's how I learn, learning from my mentors, and then eventually, at that 5 year gap, that's when I would be looking for the future, where I want to go. Maybe it's education, become a specialist paramedic. There's so many different outcomes that you could go with with paramedic, which is why it's an amazing career to go through. Why that university is another question. Strictly because they want to know why you want to go to that university. There's about 800 people that apply. Why do you want to go to that university? Open days is a good reason. You've been to the open day and you like what you've seen. The interview process you like. The location, the placement providers. Maybe it's with West Midlands Ambulance Service or London Ambulance Service or anyone. So why do you want to go to that university? It's you. Why do you want to go to that university? It's personal, which is why it's a good question. How do you deal with criticism? Now, it's important how you deal with criticism, because you are going to be dealing with criticism in the ambulance service or in any profession that you go into. So if you deal with it bad, you're not going to look good. So I gave a situation. I was in a care home. Someone said, "You're doing that wrong." And I went back. I learnt from it. The next day, I did it right. Couple of months down the line, someone made the same mistake as me. And how that lady did to me, she pulled me to one side and told me I did it wrong. I did the exact same, and they learned from it. That's criticism, and that's how you learn from criticism, in my opinion. What are the key qualities of a paramedic? Now, I would mention the 6 C's, the NHS core values, and do your research and talk to paramedics, maybe on open days, the students, and ask, what do you specify are key qualities of a paramedic? Because they know more than you, remember. They've been on the road. They'll know more than you guys. You could research it, but it'll sound better if you've asked. If you get what I mean? Because you can get the real incentive of an actual paramedic, which is always important. Now, the last two, you probably will need to know, because I made that mistake last year. Another question would be, what is the College of Paramedics? This is a question that will probably be asked at the interview process. I made the same mistake because I didn't do my research. And it is a very important thing when you go into the ambulance service, the College of Paramedics. I'm a College of Paramedics liaison, so I promote the college at my college, and I promote their work. I've signed to the register, and you can do that. It's cost about £4, and you receive little packs. You get a card. I don't know where my wallet is. You get a card, says your name on it, and you get discounts for places. Things like your C1 provisional, you get discount off of that. Different places, you get discounts, and you put money towards the college. It's pretty good. So what is the College of Paramedics? It's basically the professional body for paramedics. They basically gives guidelines for paramedics to follow for them to give the best care, and they promote paramedics in general. How I mean by this is, recently there's been a bit of a topic about whether the 2-year course or a 3-year course of Paramedic Science. Pardon me. For me, personally, it is a 3-year course. There's so many things you need to learn as a paramedic, and that's what the College of Paramedics is trying to put forward. Now, majority of the universities are following the College of Paramedic guidelines now. They're trying to push it to a 3-year course. Most of the universities, and probably in about 5 years' time, will be going towards the 3-year course, or probably will have to do the 3-year course. So it's important. They basically give guidelines on how to give the best care as a paramedic, and you follow them, in short. The HTPC. What is the HTPC? HTPC is the Healthcare Professional Council. These are basically, when you do your 3-year or your 2-year course, you register to that HTPC register, and you get the title of paramedic. You can't have the title of a paramedic until you register to the HTPC. So that's important because it basically protects the title and not being used when it shouldn't be, if you get what I mean. And then you know that you've had the training and you have the knowledge to be a professional paramedic, because they basically give the guidelines as well on how to be the best paramedic, so you can sign up to that register. I hope this video has helped. I hope that you've learned something, hopefully. If you have, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment if you're applying for university, what you're applying for. Follow me and Jacob on social media accounts. But in the meantime, it's been Kyle from Two Ordinary Guys. Stay ordinary.